Hello, welcome and welcome back. My name is Gigi. At the beginning of the year, I decided I was going to simplify my life. And I put together at the time about 6 things that I thought were really doable and that would really make a difference. And in actual fact, I've got 8 things that I do that have worked, that I've implemented, and I am still doing today. So I thought that they might be really good for me to share with you. So they are material things like decluttering and things like that, which, as we all know, make us feel really, really good. But it's also things for me have been things that have decluttered my mind, that have made me feel calmer and really at peace and really happy. And I'll share those with you today. So one of them is overthinking, which is a really big thing for me and has been, which I now have quite under control. So I think today we might start off with overthinking. It's very natural to overthink things, and I'm sure that most of you can relate to that. I think it's when it becomes all you're thinking about and all you're talking about that I think it becomes very draining. When I find myself overthinking things, I now just stop and I pretend that there's a shelf. I park that thought on the shelf and I'll just go off and do my daily thing. It's not saying that I'm not going to go back to it. It's just that I'm not going to think about it now. So I will go back to it later on and I'll dissect it and I'll have a think about it and decide what I'm going to do. But it's not something that I'll carry all day. And I find that's really working well for me. Wow, another thing that I've quit is giving attention to things completely out of my control. But if there's things that I know that I just can't fix, I've tried, they're not working, I've tried everything, then I just need to let it go, because focusing on it too much is almost the same as overthinking and it just becomes draining. So if you look at it, if you can fix it, please go ahead and fix it. If you can't, just forget it. Really put it aside and don't even think about it. There's an old saying that we suffer more in our imagination than we do in reality, because we conjure up all these things that are going to happen or may happen to us, and they just don't happen. And now, if they do happen, that's when I will focus on it. That's when I'll give it all my undivided attention. But until then, I'm just not focusing on it anymore. I also can't change how people perceive me. And I think that has been a really hard lesson for me. You have to just put your best foot out there, and if people like you, they like you, and if they don't, then that's of no consequence to me. So that's something that's been a hard lesson for me to learn, is just to put that aside and not take that personally. 95% of my worrying thoughts never eventuate. And I think when the 5% does, that's when we should be focusing, not on the other 95%. Sleeping late has been something that I am really working on even to this day. To get up early, have a coffee, sit outside, watch the sun come up, feel the cool breeze. That's really good for my mental health, instead of staying in bed and tossing and turning until it's like 7 o'clock. And I think it's also a little bit of a procrastination at night going to bed too. So I think that sometimes you don't go to bed early simply for the fact that you don't want to wake up early or wake up and have to start and do it all again. So that is something that is really good. If you could get into the habit of doing that, that's made a huge difference to how I feel. I feel so much more relaxed and energetic and less lethargic by going to bed early and getting up early. And I'm so much pick up 3 hours a day almost, being productive. And it makes me feel wonderful when I do go to bed at night that I've had such a great day and a very productive day as well. Hi guys, thank you very much for watching my channel. I would appreciate it if you could watch it right to the end. I believe that that will help the algorithm send my videos out to other people that may have some interest in the content that I'm just starting to create. If you would like and subscribe and leave a comment, I would appreciate that as well. Thank you very much, and back to the video. I have really quit hanging around people that are negative, but I've felt in the last year that I don't want to spend my time with people that make me feel bad. I love going and seeing people and having a coffee and all that sort of stuff, but when I leave, I want to feel good. I don't want to feel drained. I want to feel happy and uplifted and think, oh, that was such a great morning, looking forward to doing that again. I've really made an effort just to go with people that I really enjoy, because I don't do it a lot, but when I do it, I want to love going and looking forward to going as well. And it's not only about people either. It's about doing things that don't make you feel good. And I mean, we all have to do those things that don't make us feel good. But there is things I think we do that we don't enjoy, and we probably could stop doing them. And then there's things that we do love doing, but we just don't give ourselves the time to do it. So I think that's something that if you think about what things make you feel down or negative, maybe you don't do them. My gosh, that's probably one of the biggest things that has made a difference in my life. Oh, going to the tip with the car full of stuff that, you know, you've tried to sell on Facebook, no one wants it, and you just think, put it in the car, let's just get rid of it. And I think the thing with decluttering too is I look at it and I think, I've spent money on that and I don't want it anymore. It's no use to me. What a waste of money. And I think decluttering has really made me realize how much I can live without. Oh gosh, there's a whole big story on decluttering and how much stuff I had when I moved here, and moved from a large 4-bedroom house to a villa. And oh, the stuff that I had, so much so we had storage sheds, 3 storage sheds actually, and a shed for our boat. Decluttering was just not the kitchen, you know, it's the bathroom cupboards, phone numbers that I don't use anymore. I've grouped all my photos together, kitchen things and the bathroom, laundry and all that. It's going through your handbag and getting rid of the bobby pins and the coins and everything else that we've got hanging around in there as well. So if I've got a job to do now, I'll just get in and I'll get it done. If I can get it done within under 5 minutes, I will do it then and there that I'm thinking about it. That makes me feel wonderful. So I have really made an effort not to get sidetracked. So I'll, if I start to wander off, I'll keep trying to bring myself back to that thing and finish the job. And especially if it's a big job, I'll start something and I won't finish it. So now if I start it and it's unfinished, before I start something else, I'll go out and I'll finish that job that I was doing. And that's a great feeling as well. I've absolutely 100% stopped comparing myself to other people. I think it's the most detrimental thing that you can do to yourself. You know, what you see is just not reality. It's not. You know, you'll see this most magnificent house and it's perfect. And, you know, there's not a bobby pin on the floor and, you know, just the dishes are all done. That's not reality. We all don't live like that. And we have to stop comparing ourselves to other people. I think that probably was doing my head in more than anything. And even thinking, I really want to do a YouTube channel, but what's everybody going to think of me? I don't have a perfect life. Look, I think the truth is that, you know, not banging social media, because here I am, you know, trying to do a channel. But I think out of 95% of people that I think we would see, you know, doing their TikTok, Instagram and everything, I think 99% of them are not perfect. 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 99% of there would be a small percentage that do lead that life that we look at and like. And wow, good on them. I really think that's fabulous. And I don't feel jealous. I admire them. But I think pretending the other 95% is not reality. And I think maybe we need to just look at it as though it's like just a bit of a fantasy that we're watching. And because I've seen people pan around and show really what the rest of the house looks like, and it just looks like mine, except you can't see it on screen. Always be people that have more than us, and there'll always be others that have less than us. It's just the way the world goes. And I think comparing all the time is so energy draining, and we need to be really happy with how we are in ourselves. Wow, consuming is something that we're all just so used to doing. I must admit, I feel good when I buy things. I do. But I'm starting to feel not so good when I buy something that I don't really like. And I think it's been a bit of an eye-opener for me too, especially having the time to like really take my time shopping, whereas when I was working full time, I would just be grabbing suit jackets and like things for under it, and pants, and I'd get them home, put them in the cupboard. I'd try them on, think, oh, they're not perfect, put them back in the cupboard and leave the tags on them. Then I couldn't take them back because it would be past the refund date or an exchange date, and that is just such a waste of money. And I think we all do that to a certain degree. We buy things, we don't really love it. And I've got this bit of a rule now that if I really like it, I'll go and have a coffee and think about it. And if I do really still like it, I'll go back and get it. But I'd say 60 or 70% of the time, I think, I don't love it. And I think that will stop us buying so much stuff if we don't impulse buy and we go away and have a think about it. And then if we love it, we go and get it. If we don't, we just don't. Plus, we'll save heaps of money. You know, I think not buying a lot of stuff for me has really felt empowering. It's lovely to meet Jules, say at the shopping centre, like she'll come halfway and I'll come halfway, and we'll sit and we'll have coffee, and then we'll have lunch, and then we'll have another coffee. We'll walk around the shops and we'll have a look. And majority of the time in the past, I will buy something just for the sake of buying something because I'm there. Now I don't. And sometimes it's wonderful to get in the car and think, had a lovely day, really lovely. But it's not about what I bought. It was about the company. So all those things that I've discussed have absolutely simplified my life and made me feel lighter in the head, like not so burdened. Not that I felt, did I feel burdened? I don't know if I felt burdened, but I don't know, I just had all this stuff. And now it's lighter, there's not so much stuff. I open my drawer and I've got one vegetable peeler and I've got one ice cream scoop. The point is, we just don't need it all. You can't use 3 ice cream scoops at the same time. And it's wasteful. So, yes, my life is much simpler. And doing all those things has made a huge difference. I think not feeling jealous or envious of other people has probably had the biggest impact on me. That has made me feel the best. I am so content and happy in my own skin. I don't need any more. So maybe, there are things that could simplify your life and make you feel heaps better. So thank you very much. I really do appreciate you listening today, and I will see you next week. Take care.